When people try to identify the Antichrist, they usually look for a person, but it's not a man, not the future leader we were expecting. That's what we've been told, isn't it? What we call the beast is something we've seen before. A nation, a leader, a moment in history when people hear the beast, the Antichrist, they always try to identify it. Is it a nation, a world leader, or a moment in history? In our timeline, the obvious answer would be the Third Reich.
Wait. So the Antichrist was 1945?
But if you go back to the 1500s, the reformers weren't pointing to the future. They were pointing at a system, at the system they were living under. They identified the First Reich as the Antichrist.
Wait, so now the Antichrist is in the 1500s?
But history didn't stop there. That pattern didn't disappear. It re-emerged in what we call the Second Reich, and later the Third. So if you follow that line, the natural conclusion is the beast was the Third Reich. But if the beast was the Third Reich, then the beast ended in 1945. But Revelation doesn't end in 1945, right? It's still going. And the beast is still there, right to the end. It's still there, at the very end of the story. So maybe the problem is the question we're asking. Not which nation is the beast, but what kind of thing is it? The Reichs weren't the beast. They were expressions of it. They were manifestations of it. And this matters, because not every expression looks the same. The First Reich was more restrained, but in the Second and the Third, that same pattern became violent, concentrated, unmistakable. But don't confuse the empires with the beast itself, because the beast isn't just an empire. It's the system behind it, a structure of power. It claims authority and it demands allegiance. And it stands in opposition to God. And once you see that, you realize it doesn't start with a Reich. You see it earlier in Babylon, Persia, Greece, Rome, right? Different forms, but the same kind of system. That's why when one expression falls, the beast doesn't disappear. Because systems don't die the way nations do. They persist, they adapt, and they rise again. So when Revelation shows the beast at the end, it's not pointing back to one empire. It's pointing to the continuation of that same system, still present and still active, until the moment it is finally confronted. The beast isn't just something that was, it's something that appears again and again and again and again and again until the end.
I genuinely preferred it when you were missing.